tourists in the past several years, and crime is something that weighs on us all, no matter the locale. Chances are you know someone who has been the victim of a serious crime or incident, or you have been the victim yourself. CIA operations officers are trained to be situationally aware. It's imbued in our DNA from our earliest days in training and throughout our careers. Being situationally aware allows us to safely navigate the streets of cities and conflict zones all over the world, usually at night and in some of the most dangerous places on the planet. Working in the shadows, sifting out potential threats from the norm, collecting intelligence, and protecting human sources who put everything on the line to provide the U.S. government with information. Situational awareness is knowing when something is wrong, the sense that alerts you when something doesn't feel right, that someone is watching you, or that something is about to happen. The activation of your sixth sense in enough time to affect an outcome. It's a skill that can be honed. More than just a buzzword, it's what keeps you safe, until it doesn't. Plans go wrong. No one can predict when violence will be visited upon them, and it can happen in the most innocuous places, and when you least expect it. In 2002, tourists in the beautiful Indonesian island of Bali experienced 2 bombings by Jamaah Islamiyah operatives, one at Paddy's Pub and another at the Sari Club, which resulted in 202 deaths and hundreds injured. That was the night suicide bombing made its debut in Indonesia. In January 2019, members of al-Shabaab attacked the luxury Dusit Hotel in Nairobi, Kenya, and killed over 15 persons. In September of 2017, a teenager planted an improvised explosive device, IED, and packed it full of knives and shrapnel on a London train. The device misfired, but still injured 30 people. In July 2016, a 19-ton cargo truck was used to drive into crowds of people celebrating Bastille Day on the Promenade du Anglais in Nice, France, killing 86 people and injuring 450 others. The list of individual criminal assaults and terror attacks seems endless, an ever-growing spiral that shakes society to the core. The sheer number and audacity of terrorist incidents and crime statistics the world over can feel so overwhelming that it is easy and natural to try to simply not think about it, to shut out of our minds the possibility that we could become the victim of a violent crime or a terrorist event. We rationalize the exclusion of such a possibility with thoughts like, "That only happens to other people. I would never put myself in that kind of situation. The chances of that happening to me are remote. The authorities will handle it," or, the more philosophical, "It's in God's hands." With such an outlook, you are simply playing the lottery. Only you are betting your life. In the book On Combat by Dave Grossman and Lauren Christensen, they describe a discussion with a retired colonel and Vietnam War veteran who explains that people generally fall into 3 categories: sheep, wolves, and sheepdogs. Most of the people in our society are sheep. They're kind, gentle, productive creatures who can only hurt one another by accident. This is probably the category that most people we know fall into. They are the predominant members of society. They hold the values of our country and are our friends and neighbors. Then there are the wolves, and the wolves feed on the sheep without mercy. The wolves are the sociopaths among us. People like Ted Bundy, Ted Kaczynski, and John Wayne Gacy are among the most well-known sociopaths in modern times, and only because they were caught. But there is an untold number of sociopathic killers who have not been caught or achieved the notoriety of the aforementioned killers. These people will stab you at the ATM or target you for violence for their own amusement, desires, or beliefs. These types of predators have no empathy for those they victimize. None. Add to the mix that most child sexual abuse cases are committed by people known to the child. Then there are sheepdogs, the colonel went on, and I'm a sheepdog. I live to protect the flock and confront the wolf. These people equate to our first responders and certain segments of our military, law enforcement, and intelligence services.